Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Firmbie with you, and welcome to my little corner of the interwebs. Hey, it's great to have your company. Now, real quick, as we always do, is do check out the description below. Some great content creators listed down there. Some great people producing some great work. Go and check them out. Not just in the gaming industry, but you know, right across a whole range of stuff. So. Some great people doing some great work. Oh, excuse me, I'm off to a great start, I tell you right now. Look, let's throw that screen up there. Now, the reason for this stream is it's more of a test stream, to be blatantly honest with you. Just give you a bit of a channel update and let you know what's going on. First of all, just to apologise for the lack of content. Hopefully my voice is actually going to hold up for this stream, and that was the idea of this stream, is to see how the voice holds up. Been suffering from man flu, quite honestly. And the voice basically snap, crackles and pops. So that was the idea of this stream, and just to apologise for not getting any content out recently. Bald nuts, good afternoon to you. Well, it's good morning for me. As I was just saying, is that look, it's almost 4:45 in the morning. You know, basically just woke up and got a hell of a sore throat and a pounding headache. Thought, well, what am I going to do? Let's live stream. What could possibly go wrong? Great for you to join us there, Bald Nuts. I appreciate your company. So yeah, unfortunately, I did sleep through the and missed Chris's live stream, Chris Konkle. My apologies, my friend. I actually had that set down as a reminder to do that, and yep, slept away all the way through it. Also, just coming on the last, the tail end of Christina and Eddie's live stream from Your Real Estate Whisperer. I think it was actually, I had a late, basically what happened, I had a late tea and ordered some pizza, just scoffed down the pizza, and of course, just fell into a pizza coma. Fell asleep on the lounge and just crashed. You know, the TV was on, the lights were on, just absolutely zonked out, and yeah, woke up and thought, oh no, I've missed everybody's stream. So it's morning there too. Oh, okay. Oh, of course it would be late morning for you, wouldn't it? As I said, my mind's all over the shop. I'm just not thinking. So yeah, my apologies, guys, for missing your streams. I had it set as a reminder, but yes, fell into a food coma and missed it all. But the other thing I wanted to mention too, just did manage to get a couple of videos out. If you haven't seen them, I'll link them sort of way up there somewhere. One was, what did we put out? Oh, but the interview with my grandma. That's worth checking out if you're interested in history and interested in photography. And content creation in general. I actually went and had the pleasure of interviewing 96-year-old grandma, and she's got just a memory like a trap. She remembers everything, sort of you know, basically in regards to all this photographic equipment that you see behind me here. So yeah, I'll link that up into the top corner there if you want to go and check that out. The other one I put out, oh excuse me, the other one I put out is the just asking people whether you'd like to see me vlogging. Just thought about introducing that to the channel. Maybe once a week, once a fortnight, depending on what sort of people are thinking. It's 9:15 in the morning. Oh, okay, I thought it was later than that for you guys. There you go. Yeah, so whether you'd like something to like to see something like that. I mean, not that I'd be revealing sort of too much of personal life, obviously, but you know, where I am, what I'm doing, how the channel's going, that sort of thing. Anything that you're interested in, really. So if that's something that you'd like to see, again, I'll link that up in the corner there if you want to check that out. Excuse me. So as I said, this is really just a test stream, see how the voice handles, play a few games, just hang out with who wants to hang out. Your grandma interview was great. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it there, Bald Nut. So hopefully you got something out of it. You know, I certainly enjoyed chatting. We actually chatted that long that the battery in the camera actually ran out, and obviously the footage I had to I think it ended up to being like an hour or hour and 15 footage, and I obviously had to edit that down just to make it, you know, watchable. So I think it ended up being a 10 or 15 minute video. So that was the interview with Grandma. I'd like to get back and do some more with us, but whether I have the opportunity, I'd like to think that we have the opportunity. We'll wait and see. The other thing I wanted to excuse me, I literally have a stockpile of lozenges and medication sitting right next to me, so if I reach for it, that's the reason why. What was I saying? Oh, lighting. I just want to pose a question to you in regards to the lighting. What I might do is just bring up, that button there should bring it up. Look at that, it even works and stuff. What do you think of the lighting? I've actually invested in some new lighting while I get some more medication. What are you thinking? Same, better, worse? Like most streamers, they're you know, the quality of their stream is important to them, and if you feel as though that this is better or worse, or you'd like to see something different, like, you know, different placements, you know, let me know, either in the live stream or if you see this on the upload. Let me know in the comments whether, you know, what you're seeing is better lit. As I said, it's all about producing a better quality for you guys. So yeah, did invest in some decent lighting. It's not so ghetto these days. Excuse me. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are there. Better not to consume any dairy while you're under the weather. Well, that's very true. Yeah, no, I've certainly kept away from the old dairy. Although I do like my cheese, to be honest. I do like to partaking in the, especially sort of gourmet cheeses. But anyway, that's another discussion. Lighting looks good. Lighting looks way better. Excellent. That's what I'd like to hear. As I said, you know, did invest. You know, or you can't see, but there's excuse me. You know, basically lighting a light box sort of up to my left there, and I've got another fill light sort of over to my right. Hopefully, it enables the camera to pick me up a little bit better, a little more crisper, a little more sharper. And yeah, that's what I'm ultimately asking people to let me know whether it's same, better, or worse. Look, as I chat away, I'm just going to get into a few games and see how we go. There's not too many people on at the moment, on the game at the moment, but we'll see how we go. How's the audio there, Boiled Nuts? Is the audio okay for you? And still nice and clear and loud? Unfortunately, if it is clear and loud, you'll actually hear me coughing a hell of a lot. Oh, there, the other thing too. Hopefully you can see this. Ta-da! It's a cut from your real estate whisperer. Chris was kind enough to send one. Oh, Chris and Christina, of course, from your real estate whisperer, is kind enough to send me one over all the way from the States. And as you saw in the unboxing video, is yeah, good old Australia Post. By the time I got here, it was just smashed into 3 different bits. Audio is great. Oh, cheers, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the cup arrived and it was actually in well, 3 and a bit bits. I thought, well, what the hell am I going to do, eh? I was so disappointed. Especially, I mean, it cost them a fortune to send it over, and I'm really appreciative that they did that. But I thought, well, look, I'll have a crack at, excuse the pun, I'll have a crack at putting it back together. And look, I'm quite happy with it, quite honestly. You see the logo at the front. You can't see that many cracks in it, to be honest. And it's actually, I am literally drinking coffee out of it at the moment, so it's actually holding liquid. Excuse me. And you know, it's not spilling out anywhere. So that's the main thing as far as I'm concerned. Oh, nectar of the gods! I'll tell you now. Nice cappuccino. Wow, the cup. I know it's a hell of a cup. It's more of a soup bowl, but look, I must admit I do enjoy my coffee, and I'm more of a sip. Excuse me. More of a sip coffee drinker than a guzzle. and it's not unusual for the coffee to go cold. And but I mean, there's nothing wrong with cold coffee. Now, I didn't actually see what we're up against. Montana, Conqueror, Republic, pretty high tiered game, so I'm not going to go in too hard too fast, quite honestly. You got a Megami out in front of you. Excuse me for a sec. Now, if my coughing and it becomes too much, let me know, and I'll stop streaming, to be honest. But as I said, the idea of this is just to check out the old voice box, and hopefully it holds up. Just trying to get the Montana sort of up and going a little bit. The Montana's not known for its not known for its speed and speed off the block, so you're really better off just to keep moving.
Enemy force detected.
Most of the forces are pushing straight through A point and heading over to Charlie point, so that's what I'll do. See what's gonna stick its nose out behind that island over there. So as I was saying, that's really the channel update in a nutshell. What we got here, Moscow. As I said, the links for those videos that I spoke about over that way will be listed up the top there. Oh, I'm going to be broadside to that one. Now I'm going to be picked on. Worry that you may get worse. Yes, that's what I'm a little bit worried too, to be honest. That I will get worse, but I just wanted to get this video up because you know, the content is a little bit lacking at the moment. And yeah, I wanted to apologise for those who've been you know, looking for some content and wondering why there hadn't been. So yeah, that's the reason why. Look, you know, to be honest, if it does get too much, then I will stop. But we'll see see how we go. What's that here? Conqueror. Let's get some rounds out on him.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Go on there. Where'd you go? Excuse me. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Rounds out on the Republic. He's broadside, so if he's going to hit, these should give us half decent. Oh, no, I would have liked a little bit more out of that, to be honest. Waiting for those guns to reload. Excuse me. And rounds away. Now, I think he actually jumped on the pegs there, and so these rounds are not going to reach him, unfortunately. Damn it. Had a good opportunity there to punish him a little bit.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Torpedoes? You kidding me? Oh, friendlies. Okay.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Well, they got some serious range on those rounds, haven't they?
Enemy battleship detected.
Yeah, 3 fires. Thank you very much. Well.
Intelligence data. Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, that Conqueror's just going to keep trying to... excuse me, set me alight, the little turd.
The ship is on fire. Torpedoes astern.
But it's only 1 fire, so we'll let the crew get that one out. Oh, turning the wrong way. Let's not turn into the torpedoes. That's never a clever idea. And they ran out, which is nice. Get some of those hills back up. I don't know whether everyone knows about these forces coming in on this side here. Surely they do.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
That was a terrible, terrible shot. So as I said, that was really the idea of the stream, just to give you a bit of an update what's been going on, and yeah, test the old vocal cords, and of course test the old coffee cup. That's the other thing. Now, if I can't see him, I can't shoot at him. I might be better to of all things, change out to HE, which is strange for a Montana. It's not something that you would do very often. Excuse me. And that DD's chasing me. I can feel him out there. Yep, detected. Because he's chasing me, that's why. Excuse me.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Yeah, been running all game, unfortunately. It's certainly been on the offensive for the entire game. Look at all those forces there at A point. Excuse me.
The enemy is about to win.
What's your work schedule like? Look, I actually work a week on, week off roster. Another 1300 there. Like to have had that a little bit. Oh, there is the little pesky little critter there. And that's the guy that's been following me. Look, I work a week on, week off roster. That's why I try to get as much content out as I can while I'm home.
Torpedoes astern.
Yeah, he's got me there.
Enemy battleship sighted.
So that's what I'm saying is that I'll try my best to get. Oh, you little turd! There's a bloody turpits out there.
The ship is on fire. Enemy destroyer detected.
As much content as I can while I'm home. Let's just put that up like so. So that while I'm away, that you know, you got something to look at while I'm away. Excuse me.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Well, it's not going to matter because they come out with a win. That doesn't surprise me because they were quite aggressive all game, and we were defensive the entire game. Obviously got chased down for that entire game. A little bit hard, you know, in a Montana. Obviously it's a big hard hitting ship, but if you're a little bit weak, you know, you haven't got the destroyer or the cruiser support on the side that you were on, then it doesn't make quite difficult and there's no point going you know, balls to the wall all in, because you'll just get pulled out and burnt down. Oh, we've got a container there. That's nice. We'll open that up while we take the take a sip from the great old coffee cup. Brought to you by the Real Estate Whisperer. Descriptions in the links below. Let's try the links in the description below. Right, let's try that. What do we got here? Open container. See what we have. Dum dum dum. Okay, so we've got some flags there. Increase the amount of credits earned in battle. That's always nice, warm and dandy. Hotel Yankees. I don't use a lot of Hotel Yankees, to be honest. By the time I get close enough to, well, generally I don't get close enough to cause a ram. So, excuse me. And some sovereigns. Haven't worked out what you actually use those sovereigns for. Someone was telling me that you use them to, like an in-game currency. Let's just have a look at that. I believe they're situated over here. For an in-game currency, there's our sovereigns there. You can obtain sovereigns in containers which are earned by completing combat missions or purchased in the premium shop. Temporary resources valid until the 14th to the 11th. So I've got 15. I'm sure you can use them somewhere, perhaps by flags. There you go. Well, we got 15. Excuse me. My apologies. Yep. So we might even purchase some of those. So we've got 15 of them. And which ones do we... when I was growing up, we only had board games. Look, I'm very much the same. Although, because I've been gaming for so long, I mean, we obviously had board games as we was kids, but we were lucky enough. I mean, my first console, and that's where my gaming actually started, in the console department. But obviously, you know, back then, when, you know, no one had PCs. You know, no one knew about the internet. The internet wasn't a thing. You know, my first console was the Atari. I think it was a 2600. You know, the original Atari. Then, you know, went through sort of the, you know, your Sonys and your excuse me, and Nintendos and things like that. So yeah, I've been gaming for quite some time. So we've got 15 Royal Navy container. Just trying to look at which of the flags we use the most of. Script detonation. Victor Lemurs, I mean, they're not a bad flag to have on destroyers there. Actually, we'll grab some Sierra Mikes. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, as you can see, the Sierra mics there you use to increase your speed. Excuse me. Oh dear. Yeah, as I said, I don't know how much more longer I'll be able to continue with the stream. To be honest, the old voice is not holding up too well. That said, the idea was just to give it a bit of a test run, and obviously after about half an hour, yeah, it's just not liking it very much. It is my favourite game at the moment. I've been playing it for quite a while. So I would say that we'd have one more game and we'll actually pull the pin. So just so I can sort of rest the old voice box. Yeah, you're right there, bald nuts. I think I do need to go back to bed and rest. I do feel bad that I'm not able to create content for you, and that was really the idea of getting online and having a go. Oh dear.
Capture that area.
Yeah, I'm not being I'm not ignoring you there, bald nuts. I can see what you're saying. Honey ginger with hot tea may help. You're absolutely right.
Enemy battleship sighted.
The unfortunate thing, it doesn't make for a very interesting stream if you can't talk.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Affirmative. Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
It's okay. I've seen that as so much worse. Yeah, no, fair enough. To I appreciate your understanding. We've got some torps. We're gonna hopefully be able to slow down a little bit and not actually hit those. Managed to dodge them. Excellent.
The ship is on fire. Reporting the position of a strategic target. Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer sighted. Requesting support.
Yeah, officially get me butt kicked, dude. No guts, no glory. Let's go in. By the time I get in there, though, I'll be burnt down. I can guarantee that.
Battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer detected. Problem solved, sir.
Wow, Yamato, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, here we go. We got.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy destroyer detected.
Wow, really? Right here. There we go. Knew that was going to come, but look, there's no point running away, and running away, you're only going to die tired at the end of the day. Been on some streams where no one was there and nothing going on. Really crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, and I would rather, you know, and we spoke about lighting, we spoke about quality. You know, it's really something I you know, feel as though is important. If you can't hear them, you can't see them properly, and they're not interacting. You know, people aren't interaction. They're not talking. You know, it's boring as batshit. So, let's transition to over there. Board nuts. I do really appreciate you dropping by, brother, and hanging out for a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pull the pin on the stream for the obvious reasons. Thought we'd have a crack and see how the throat battles. And as I say, that's the reason why there has been a lack of content the last couple of days. I've just been taking it easy, laying on the lounge and watching Netflix, basically. And I'd, as I said, woke up after a pizza coma and thought, oh, well, look, I'll have a go. And you know, hadn't used my voice in a couple of hours, and it sounded and felt pretty good. But after having a bit of a chat for a little while, obviously it's gone all hoarse and all raspberry. So I certainly will go and try some. We've got honey ginger with hot tea. And I've got some honey. I don't think I've got any ginger. but it's certainly certainly something I'll go and find out. You know, get from the shops tomorrow. So I look forward, nuts. Thank you very much. I certainly do appreciate you dropping by. For those who are going to watch this on replay, don't forget to check out people listed in the description. They're doing some fantastic work. A trooper. Well, one does try one's best. That's all you can do, I think. Board nuts, again, thank you very much for dropping by. I'm going to wind it up, rest the voice, and hopefully in a few more days we'll have another go. That's about it. Thank you very much for your company. Certainly do appreciate it, and I'll look forward to it in the next one.